Engineer Ķ′֗ዄ1NG. Engineer, Mr. Engineer. Well, an APC leader and the senior special assistant to the Lagos State government on drainage and water resources matters has responded to the sadness of the death of Mr. Ķ′ḗchukwu-Okoye, the Anambra State House of Assembly member representing Agwata 2. Ķ′ḵuchukwu-Okoye, a member of the Anambra State of Assembly for Agwata 2, has been decapitated. On Saturday, Okoye's severed head was discovered at Nnamdi, Anambra State, Idemili South local government area. Last week, the deceased politician was kidnapped while representing the state governor's constituency in the State House of Assembly. Tochukwu Ikenga, the Anambra State Police Public Relations Officer, verified the discovery of Okoye's head. The lawmaker's body was not discovered where his head was discovered, according to Ikenga. On Saturday, his head was discovered along Nobi Road. At this time, there is no suspect in custody, the PPRO stated. At Agwata, Okoye and other individuals were taken. The police launched a manhunt to find the legislator after he was kidnapped, but no positive results were found. Mr. Igbokwe reacted to the tragic and odd event on his Facebook page, saying, "When you think you have had your fill of all news from the southeast, another bombshell arise. IPOB has just beheaded a lawmaker in the Anambra House of Assembly. Abba, Ķ′𝗒န့1NG. Ķ′𝗒န့1NG, Abba." Even the police and the Nigerian army that always come out to say, oh, without investigation, they will say you that say it is IPOB that did this, that did this, that did that. They have not even come out to confirm that, but Ķ′𝗒န့1NG can come boldly and say, oh, it is this. Even he's still holding grudge that his house was burnt by IPOB. How will you because even now the police said nobody is in custody. They have not even come out with a concrete point or evidence that, oh, this is the person that did this. But Ķ′𝗒뾱1NG will just come out baka like that. When it comes to IPOB things, or when it comes to Southeast generally, not even IPOB, this is when this man always derive strength. No be so. Ķ′𝗒뾱1NG, no be so at all. He said, when you think you have heard enough bad news from Southeast, another despicable news will hit you like a bomb. Really? A lawmaker in Anambra House of Assembly has just been beheaded by IPOB. Ķ′뚜뾱1NG, no be so lively. Oh, what is happening in the Southeast is not something that anyone is happy about. Maybe because they are used to that in the North, so they don't even, somebody like Ķ′tó뾱1NG will not even say anything. Even Loretta Onochi, with all this wanting in the North, they didn't come out to say anything. These are the things that provoke people. You talk about somebody religious intolerance and what have you. When you begin to say something that somebody has not done, it's painful. It's painful. So Ķ′tó뾱1NG, you say you are not going to desist from this your games that you are playing. It's not going to favor you. It's not going to favor you at all. This is not how it's being done. Well, I suspect they are trying to ridicule Soludo for identifying with IPOB and its leader. They're pushing him against indigenous people, but I trust his wisdom. God be with him. You've spoken the truth. All these atrocities going on in the Southeast is the handwork of the Fulani trying to give the dog a bad name in order to get justified for killing it. I think, like we've always said, IPOB too must know how to bridle their tongue. All the things you have said, whether out of anger or out of desperation or out of whatever, they are now using it against you. Of course, you're always coming out to say, oh, nothing of such. You don't belong to that class of taking woman's life. You just have to be very, very careful. Well, he's got to speak without any proper investigation. That is a Ķ′tó뾱1NG coming out with his full chest to say, oh, IPOB did this. If they ask you now, how did you know? What has IPOB got to do with a House of Assembly? That means IPOB has gone so low. Agitation for a country is not a childish play. I suspect that some evil have taken over Anambra and Imo in the name of IPOB, but I think IPOB should do something about this issue and fish those monsters out so to clear their name. At this junction, one is confused. Like you and I, find it difficult to believe IPOB is responsible for some of these dastardly acts, but because they started the violence in the first place. Although, in reaction to police brutality against them, I must say, we must not but hold them responsible for it all till they unmask the real culprits if they are not the ones. Why are you people insulting Igbokwe? IPOB is threatening our politicians every day, day and night. Yes or no? Let us tell ourselves the truth. All these problems in the south is caused by IPOB now. It's affecting everyone. When they were killing police, all of you were clapping hands. Now it is your fellow Igbos men they are after now. Igbo youth lack wisdom and lack of respect to their elders. They should continue with all these things they are doing. Nnamdi Kanu formed IPOB and ASN to tackle the Fulani herdsmen menacing southeasterners, especially farmers. We have not seen that his militias are even more sinister than the so-called herdsmen. All this shows that Biafra is dead on arrival. How sure are you sure it is IPOB that did the job? How sure are you? Well, when you fail to speak against evil, evil sleep and wake with you. Guide your lips, Joe Igbokwe. If IPOB is to be evil, people like you, Igbokwe, wouldn't even have survived. What you Igbokwe are doing now, no northern leader would dare do is against his people and go free. But IPOB is kind. Joe Igbokwe, simply watch your back. Why? It's just because he spoke his mind and what he felt. What you felt is not what it is. Is that reality? If you feel whatever you feel and you cannot confirm it, why coming out to say it? Everybody has one or two things they think about one person or the other. But if you don't have a concrete evidence, you don't just come out and make a blank statement. It's not done that way. Anything it feels without a proper investigation, it is not right. It is not right, oh. You think you are smart. You just have to be careful because this whole thing is just getting out of hand. Unfortunately, what happened to that lawmaker, that is even what we need to be talking about. Not all this Igbokwe said this, Igbokwe said that. Miss Jensu, so rest in peace. It's so disheartening, honestly. Yeah. I don't just want to be thinking about it. You see, come heavy for mouth. He heavy for mouth. He heavy for mouth. He heavy for mouth to talk on. So guys, let's say your opinion and have your take on this.